Fambu, good evening. This is Natusok News for today, Thursday, 14 November 2024, with me, Mariama Kalma Marah. But first, make we go for the headlines then. The Institute for Governance Reform, IGR, through the Building Accountability System, through the Empowered Communities Project, don Punado, a local council development plan for 6 councils then across Salone. The Minister of Basic Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, don say youth therefore prepare themselves for take the lead na the Africa Foundation Learning Exchange Summit inside Kigali, Rwanda. These are the headlines then. Now for the full news in
details. Na Salone don dey exist for the past 20 years. As well for boost the local councils, the Institute for Governance Reform bin launch dem projects wey na building accountability system through empowered communities. These projects don dey go on now for the past 18 months. And the main aim of this project now for ensure citizen participation at the local council, help the local council generate local revenue from private sector investment, and therefore make the local council use money where government give them to cater for the people. Today, now the Country Lodge Hotel, the Institute for Governance Reform, through the Building Accountability System, through empowered communities, together with Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, support from USAID, don Punado the local development plan for 6 local councils, wey na Falaba, Karine, Kwenadugu, Kono, Moyamba, and Tonkolili districts. The keynote speaker, when our Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Kenya Bale, been talk say the plan dey in line with the medium-term development plan for the local councils. He been also say the local councils development plan are a strategic paper for support rural development.
I think when most of them now, but we will still continue to mobilize resources, we will use this exercise and process for learning lessons, and I expect, although it will be not be your resources, that IGR through the base program will be very much involved and provide the relevant expertise for the other councils. And let me not say that, well, probably not for your resources. We probably get additional resources from USAID. I'm sure you have that strong lobbying power. You see, if there are any districts left out, then they'll be able to include it. I'm confident. So I'd like to thank
representatives from different local councils been talk about how this project don't help them for develop them districts, where the chairman for Tonkolili district, Almami Kamara, mentioned about the recent Magbash sugar operation.
I will not go to the detail of our development aspiration. We have many, ranging from health, education, waste management, climate change, etc., etc. But we know councils funding 60 to 70% each of government, subvention government. But what we want to do this time around is for Quality Seven City Council to go into investment plan developing. But one thing that stands tall in this plan is the locations, the specific locations identified in this plan. Must have heard about Magbas for over 10 to 11 years now. It's not functioning.
The Deputy Secretary for Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs, Al-Hussein Aliyu Siddiqui, where they give no statement, they talk say they plead for make the best projects extend to other local councils in the country, as this will help them also to make them go boost their home source revenue.
and we are also able to speak to the local people to be able to assess what their perceptions are about some of these things. And this is, however, the very first time we are having the people responding to the actions of the councillors.
For True Talk News, Mina Elfrida Sambe.
Plenty thank you to Elfrida Sam for that report today. The Minister of Basic Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, don't say youth therefore prepare themselves for take the lead na the Africa Foundation Learning Exchange Summit inside Kigali, Rwanda. Make we get it to you.
The high-profile event will be bring together minister them and education experts them from 28 countries. We get for serve as one collaborative forum for help address learning poverty and fostering economic opportunities for Africa youth them. Inside in compelling address we able to talk the Honorable Minister of Education, Conrad Saki, we get for stress out the need for education system where they equip young people for actively contribute to national economic growth.
A society cannot thrive when its youth are unprepared to contribute to the economy. We must ensure that every child gains foundational skills, because reading and understanding a simple text by age 10 is more than a milestone. It is a gateway to future learning, economic success, and a better future for all. Investing in foundational learning, therefore, is a long-term strategy that benefits both our children and our economies. Every dollar spent in early education generates significant returns, reducing dropout rates, lowering remedial education costs, and easing the burden on social services. Children who master basic literacy and numeracy early are more likely to stay in school, excel academically, and contribute meaningfully to the workforce. Early learning lays the groundwork for a skilled, productive workforce that is essential for Africa's future growth.
Salon don make notable investment in foundational learning as part of a broader commitment for help improve education access and quality. The Honorable Minister Conrad Saki continue for highlight the country in $18 million education project with an innovative change fund and initiative were designed for help support educational reform and ensure comprehensive learning from early childhood throughout secondary school. This fund, however, will therefore reflect on Salon focus on innovative education policies we go help tackle issues them such as low literacy rate and high dropout level. The minister in participation inside Flex began for underscore Salon in dedication for help address critical educational challenges and so prepare the next generation for take up a leadership role and mantle inside national development. The Honorable Minister involvement inside this summit began for position Salon as one proactive player inside the continent-wide effort for help combat learning poverty and enhance economic prospect for Africa youths them. For True Talk News, my name is Cretin Thomas.
Mariama say when are the country lead for budget and information technology, where people sabi as budget Salon, don't talk but how then they work for make sure say governments they allocate resources to different ministry them. Make we take it to you.
Resources allocation are the way governments they share money to different sector them. This can be big challenge as sometimes the money where government they budget not they reach the correct ministry where it for go. For sake of this, the country lead for budgeting and information technology, Mariama say talk say they don't they work per system for make sure say the money where government they spend they reach the right place.
It's throughout. We engage for ensure say government prioritize what we call gender responsive budgeting. How the budget will cater for gender empowerment. You understand? For how the budget will cater for youth empowerment. how the budget could strengthen health system. So we do the engagements that they make government prioritize their expenditure into the different ministries.
Right. Now,
In continue for talk say, the implementation process still get challenges there where the government they face.
Economic sector is a key challenge. Government go allocate, but even after allocation, how the implementation process they go is a key challenge. How do we monitor that process? You understand? How do we monitor that process? The audit and oversight, whether they provide that parliament, the audit, the audit service commission, how do we value their roles? Would they respect their role? Would they take their importance? Would they do what you're supposed to do? What about the existing law, the Public Finance Management Act? We tell you how you expend money, how you do retirement. What about the Public Procurement Act? We tell you how you procure. Because in that budget, most of the expenditure, over 50% is procurement related. So a lot of time, what is the problem? Is we need to uphold transparency and accountability in the implementation of the budget.
Budgeting very important as it help government for plan how they will spend money for the necessary areas them. An organization they like budget self-important as then they play big parts for ensure say the money where government they spend they reach to the right people them. For True Talk News, me na Mariama Kalma Marah,
The Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohamed Gaman Soye, don't discuss the Social Protection Bill inside Parliament. We aim for coordinate social safety intervention for prevent resource duplications. We reporter Antoinette Kagbo gets more.
As way for protect lifestyle and salon, the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Honorable Mohamed Gaman Soye, don't discuss the Social Protection Bill inside Parliament, where this aim for coordinate social safety intervention and for ensure say resources then duplicate, and also talk say don't go able for realize efficient skills in carry on for address the workers' compensation law and the matter for voluntarism.
Social Protection Bill that is now ready for Parliament. This is to ensure that social safety interventions are coordinated, so that resources are not duplicated, so that we are able to realize efficiency gains. That bill is almost here. There's also the workers' compensation, previously called workmen's compensation. In case of a workplace accident, that is the law they use to calculate, the degree of invalidity and the benefit the person gets. It's as old as many people in the house. We want to ensure that we bring life into it, renew it, because we are going around this country, going around workplaces on inspection. I've come face to face with the gruesome realities of workers being abandoned when they get involved in workplace accidents. In some instances, you've even had fatalities not properly addressed. We believe this is a law that will serve the very best interests of our country, and therefore we are firmly on course to doing it. The other bit that will come here eventually has to do with the national volunteering policy. In his Independence Day speech, like I mentioned here before, in 1961, the late Prime Minister Sam Ntomagai did call on all Sierra Leoneans, wherever they are, from every nook and cranny, to undertake some form of volunteerism, be it in building a school, in building a mosque, a church, constructing a road. But 63 years old, we do not have a single volunteering policy, and that has become an outlet for the appeals of poor, unsuspecting Sierra Leoneans who are desperate for jobs. I have heard about people volunteering in some ministries, departments, and agencies for 10 years, 12 years, 7 years. I think that is not good enough. We need to have a law that regulates that. Already, the Employment Act of 2023 clearly stipulates you cannot embark on casualization forever. We find out.
For True Talk News, Antoinette Kagbo the report.
Fambo, members say you still listening to True Talk News 98.5 FM, and you also watch we live now with Facebook page when I at True Talk FM. We'll continue with the next story. The Director General of Parliament don't end the UK 2024 Parliamentarian Study Program for help understand more parliamentary procedures and corporate issues inside London. We reporter Cretin Thomas get it to you.
Mrs. Findosia Fraser, who is the Director General of the Australian Parliament, who successfully completed the UK Parliamentary Study Programme UKPSP 2024 inside UK Parliament in London. This prestigious program began organized by one Inter-Parliamentary Relations Office (IPO) in the House of Commons, Westminster, with the purpose for provide parliamentary training for senior parliamentary officials and from 8 countries, which include Salon, in order for help better enhance the understanding on parliamentary procedures and corporate issues. The UKPSP 2024 now one hybrid program where they run from January to November. It therefore includes series of 5 monthly online sessions where will be held inside January and May. Same also followed by 1 week-long in-person visit to the UK Parliament in London from October to November. The program in key focus will therefore deal with the area of the UK Parliament, support House of Commons proceedings, parliamentary scrutiny, engagement and outreach, and also parliamentary culture. During these in-person sessions, Mrs. Fraser presented the cultural practice of Salon Parliament, and therefore contribute to cross-cultural exchange among participants who come from Australia, Canada, France, Germany, India, Ireland, and Mongolia. Mrs. Findosia Fraser began for award the certificate inside procedural and corporate issue. In participation, not be only highlighted the collaborative spirit of global legislative body, but also help fostering professional ties between Salon Parliament and other international counterparts then. The IPO, in collaboration with colleagues from both the House of Commons and House of Lords, began to express gratitude to all participants then for their engagement, will make UKPSP 2024 one big success. Achievement began for mark one notable milestone inside Mrs. Fraser's career and also reflect Salon commitment for help foster international parliamentary cooperation. For True Talk News, my name is Cretin Thomas.
As way for generate electricity and make lights in most parts in Salon, Idris Elba, when an international Hollywood actor, together with Octopus Energy, don't plan big project for build the first wind farm na Shabo Island. Make we get it to you.
Idris Elba, where they work along with Octopus Energy, don't announce plan for build one big offshore wind farm na the coast of Salon, with the aim for generate clean electricity and give light to the community then, especially in Shabo Island. They make this announcement na the COP28 Climate Summit, where the main focus na how the country go increase renewable energy capacity. According to World Bank 2022, 29.4% of the population of Salon get access to electricity, and this now one big challenge with the government they try for tackle with this new project, as the goal now for provide sustainable and reliable energy we go help Salon meet the target for reach 85% renewable energy by 2030. For True Talk News, me and Mariama Kalma Marah, the report.
As the UN Conference on Climate Change they go on in Azerbaijan this week, the Policy, Advocacy and Campaign Manager na Action Aid Salon, Aminata Kelly Lamin, don't say South Wall County they need compensation because of the damage with bigger country they don't cause with a result to the climate change. We reporter Emmanuel M. Kamara get it to you.
11 to 22nd November now the week where UN don't put aside as a climate change week. During this period, then they also hold the UN Climate Conference where they call COP29 na Azerbaijan. Also then go get for discuss issues them like climate financing, loss and damage, nationally determined contributions, emissions reductions and other areas them, where they look for address the critical issues of loss and damage them where don't happen na the world and where they cause them climate change them. The COP29 where they go on now na Baku, Azerbaijan, they put more focus on how they go make new global climate finance goal. Then also they try for secure funds for developing countries them. Also some developed countries they don't commit themselves for give $100 billion every year for support climate mitigations na the world. Even though this still dey below the $2.4 trillion wey dem estimate for able meet the global climate goals dem. Inside one interview wey True Talk Radio do with the policy, advocacy and programs manager na Action Aid Salon, Aminata Kelly Lamin say in as much as dem dey seek for make the country dem pay about $5 trillion for the damages wey dem don cause on we climate, the government of Salon for make companies dem na Salon sef wey don contribute for destroy we climate pay heavily for that.
And all those who are working on extractive governance, their responsibility is to hold the government institutions accountable. Then in turn should now hold these companies accountable, because the agreement was between them, our institutions, our government, and these companies. And therefore, if things are not going as per prescribed provisions in the mines, in the mining contract, as it relates to the Mines and Minerals Act, as revised in 2020, is it 2022 or 2024, as the case may be, now them for hold accountable. So the bulk lies on them. Yeah, the bulk lies on them, and we are still saying that in new agreements and where they come, they need to now begin to consider that these people do not use fossil fuel. Any project where they use fossil fuel, whether it's be mining, extraction, whatever it is, let them discourage